It's Twig and the Nerd Lord, my best buddy.
How many were live?
It just said you were, and I'm checking right now.
Oh.
There he is. There's this beautiful character.
Yeah. He was wearing pink armor. In fact, I'm gonna change that.
Yeah, you better change that. Alright guys, I'm just double checking stuff, because that's what you gotta do when you start a stream, and then we'll get to the talking. Well,
most people.
We are talking. Let's see, your channel. Live. I could hear a echo.
Tell me if we're looking sexy.
Oh yeah, I'm also gonna tell you if the volume's too big.
You're too big. Is the microphone gonna pick up my TV?
You should.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's not gonna pick up your TV too bad.
Okay.
Since it's right in front of it.
It makes sense.
We're gonna wait to see the volume because anyone who doesn't know, we're using my friend's PS4 and we just gotta check out the audio settings real quick and then we'll get rolling.
Rick rolling?
Technical difficulty thingies. Well, not difficulties, but yeah.
Wow! I'm gonna go change to pink. Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, turn the volume down a little.
How do I do that?
Start. I mean on the controller.
Oh, the game?
Yes.
Oh, I can't see the fucking both mic and being broadcasted. Okay.
There you go.
I want,
any of those?
I'll just do all of it.
Maybe down to 50 or
that's what
60, whatever.
Yeah, let's do 60.
Now when you're ready, do some tests.
Give me a second. Okay. Can I just turn my TV down?
I guess so.
Why are we doing this? Alright. Oh, it's this. Oh.
I'm trying to hear the volume of me. I think you're good.
Bye.
Anyways, hello everybody. Sorry about that. Anyone in the Discord, just click on the hub icon, and if you want to tune in, because we're gonna be talking a lot. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna copy this link real quick to a few places.
Hey guys, Diaper Hunter here.
Yeah, as a Diaper Hunter, and he's here.
Oh, I got the cool Hunter runestone from doing the Witcher quest.
Oh, nice.
Now I can shoot fire.
That's really cool.
There's magic. It's lore now.
I bet a lot of people are mad. There's a lot of people like, keep magic out of my Monster Hunter.
Word. I mean, there is a Final Fantasy quest.
Join chat.
Oops.
What are you doing? Stop pressing that button. Don't press that button.
I know. I'm so used to pressing that to be sort.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought triangle was sort.
No, but pressing this is sort. But like in the older games, the PSP.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Join chat.
I'm a veteran monster player. I promise.
Anyways,
this sword looks so sexy.
I'm still mad about that sword because you know why.
Oh yeah, I know why.
So, to anyone who doesn't know, I drew this really cool sword with a rocket just like that. I didn't enter it in the contest. Apparently, that's all they wanted to see. I was like, this is a cool, great sword idea. Pass. Mine was just generic. Anyways, let's actually get on to it now. So, yeah.
Let me get into the quest.
You can just do whatever while we get this ready.
Well, I'm going to talk to the best character in the game. That's on the list.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to, first off, we are going to, well, I should say that we're live streaming this because it's the easiest way to do this, and hopefully people...
Oh my god, I thought it was gone.
Hopefully people will actually see this video and, join in, because no one in Discord is really looking at it. Some people are.
Also, random note, this quest, Relish the Moment, is the best way to farm augmentation stones, so that's a thing. That's the reason I'm doing it, because I need to do it and I need an excuse. Because
anyways. So yeah, we're gonna let this video just live stream, and I'm gonna edit later. And yeah, here we go. Just gotta edit some stuff. I hate
We're gonna
it.
hunt some Devil Joe while we cry.
So to anyone, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We are going to probably shit on this game pretty hard, but we do not hate it. We just have like a 50-50. At least I do. I know you like it more than I do.
I like World more than I think than you do.
Yeah.
Mainly because I like Monster Hunter a lot. It's the game I played most growing up because it's one of the games I had.
Actually, that's a good start. Let's start with both saying like you and me are like OGs, but we kind of started differently.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go first. That way people know where we're coming from.
Right.
Because another title for this video could have been veteran players talk about World. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the term veteran, by the way. I ain't old.
I mean,
also, this isn't like you guys take it seriously. You came up with the term veteran. I don't
What
like
is the first Monster game you played? I do that. Excuse
yeah,
me.
he does that.
What is the first?
Okay. We're just gonna go with origin stories. So this is another video I wanted to make. I'll do in the future. So my first Monster Hunter game was given to me by my friend Anthony. He hasn't been on the channel yet. He's my other best friend. The three of us usually hunt together. So right before I moved somewhere, he gave me Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the PSP, which I got for Christmas.
Holy shit, he's right here.
He looks golden.
It's just the crystals.
It's cool. Anyways, so yeah, Monster Hunter means a lot to me because my best friend gave it to me. Freedom Unite, like literally the day before I left for like a year. We played a bit. I didn't know what was going on, but I was in love with it. And then I just told him, I promised him, like, hey, when I come back, I'll play this game with you every day. And I also promised him that I'll be a good hunter by then. And I was actually pretty good. The thing I struggled with the most with was Tigrex, but that's another story.
What the hell's a crystal bird? Oh, there it is. Sorry.
You're good.
I'm gonna...
You're entertaining while I talk. I don't think people want to watch a video and listen to me talk.
That's fine, that's fine.
Anyways, guys, yeah, so I started Freedom Unite, PSP. I spent the whole summer hacking my PSP just so I could play Portable Third, because just for the Zenogre. I saw a poster of it at a con. I was like, what is that? I know it's Monster Hunter. And he's like, oh, that's the Zenogre. It's only in Portable Third. This is before 3 Ultimate came out, by the way. Zenogre is only in Portable Third. I thought your sword did poison for a minute. I was like, what?
No.
So yeah. And then after that, I basically just got every Monster Hunter that came out on release day, well, except for 3, because I didn't have a 3DS. I have a weird story about that, but that's a long story. We're gonna save 3 Ultimate for later. So that's where I started. PSP, played every game since. Got them all on release day, including this one. Pass to you. If you can talk while you're fighting.
I'm really stressed already. This is a bad idea. So my origin story was, it was when I was much younger, and my my family got the PS2. I think I don't remember when Monster Hunter came out, but I got Monster Hunter, like the first one for the PS2. And it didn't last long. I got really far. I think I got to like near the first rank. Ow. I got to like, I think I got past the first rank, and then my parents pretty much took it away because, you know, that's not a game for kids. It wasn't until the PSP and Unite was out at the time, but I didn't know about Unite. All I saw at GameStop was Freedom 2, and I was like, hype. Oops. So
fucking Tremors. We're gonna talk about that.
yeah, so I had a PSP, got it like super cheap off of Craigslist or something, whatever. I think it was eBay actually. And I was at GameStop. I had pocket money, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this used game called Monster Hunter. I remember this in the PS2. I don't remember if it's good or not. And I've been a fucking part of it ever since. It wasn't until Unite that I realized that, like, I guess I was addicted. Because Unite was really like my eye-opening of like, wow, these monsters are real pretty.
Yeah. Addicting game.
But
again, look at that.
But the reason why it has like such a big value to me is like the game series in general is because for like the longest time this was the only game I had. Because it was either like either a family system or something that like I personally owned because I bought it. Wow, I got my shit kicked.
You're doing good.
And so like I would play all the time. I remember spending 3 days hunting the a Cantar. Is that what it's called?
Is it the red snappy boy?
No, the
Lava boy?
Tusk.
Oh, the big one, yeah. It's something like that. They sound really similar. Core or something like
yeah,
that.
I can't remember the name.
I can never say monsters' names, so
no,
you guys know.
Leave Dodongo alone. He's not a squeak toy. I'm sorry.
Dude, can they make him a squeak toy? I'd give it to my dog.
There's an animation where they make him a squeak toy.
That's
But pretty much my origin story is that I had it, lost it, and got it again.
fair. But real talk, how much does Monster Hunter mean to you? Because I'm going to tell you right now, when my friend gave me Freedom Unite, I know this is just a video game, but it was my escape.
It was my escape too.
Because like
it got me through high school. Honestly.
Yeah, same. What happened to me? It's gonna sound kind of sad. Parents are divorced. My dad lives really far away, like literally on the coast.
Ow, 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 ow.
But like I still wanted to actually like at least try living with him, see what it's like. So I moved there, but by moving there, I lose all my friends I've grown up with for the past like maybe 6 years. Only one of them stayed in touch.
Whoa!
Rip. That's
whoa! I was at full health. Damn.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, only one of them stayed in touch with me, and that's Anthony, who gave me Monster Hunter in the first place. And I was so mad that game didn't have online play. Well, it did if you had a PS3. Then I had no friends. First day of school at this new school, which by the way, this school was like a city. It sucked. I was nobody. People actually threw stuff at me. It was a bad time. I got threatened, beat up. It was just bad. And my dad was in a bad place right now because someone passed away, and he was just taking his anger out on everyone, including me. Probably shouldn't be telling people that, but that's just what happened.
Ouch. I picked up a flipper mistake.
Anyway, so I would just play Monster Hunter and just literally go to like first map. Was it Misty Peaks? No. Snowy something.
Well, Snowy Peaks?
Something like that.
Oh, I ran out of breath.
Nice.
Here I am.
Is my talking distracting you?
No.
Anyways, I was just really depressed, but Monster Hunter was like reading a book for me. It was my escape. I would play the game, and in this game, I could just be this person, this awesome guy that fights dragons or whatever, and wears them as skin. And then I could just, a lot of times I would just look at the scenery and just look at it. Just like imagine I'm somewhere else. I know that's really cheesy, but that's what Monster Hunter's done for me. Do you feel that?
I definitely feel the same. Because like for me, Monster Hunter, like I said, Monster Hunter got me through high school. Oh, that's not good. Okay, not good. I saw that and I was like, anger, fear. I will definitely say the same. Like what's a good example? Like going through high school, it's just there was a lot of things that just wasn't making sense to me. I was running away.
I'm like a bitch.
You right. I need to eat something.
Is he limping? You can never tell when he's limping. I hate it.
No, I do like it on the game. They actually show you the icon. Like right now he's tired.
Yeah, that's the thing we'll talk about. We're still talking about the origin stuff. I'm sorry, people, but that's a podcast, right?
Yeah. But like I was going through a lot of times. My family's huge. He can contest.
Yeah.
Like, and I just felt like I didn't belong, or I wasn't. Oh my god, leave him alone! I just felt like I didn't belong anywhere. Oh, I know. Give me a second. Can I poke the booty?
You know what sucked when I first fought the Devil Joe in 3?
Alright, there we go. Let him go. Yeah, thank you.
Monsters drool when they're tired. Like I was like, oh sweet, I'm actually beating him, but I'm not supposed to yet because he appears randomly the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend's like, oh no, you're not beating him. He's hungry, and that terrified me. I was like, what?
But yeah, I will say the same. I didn't have the same experience as you did because damn. But I get fucked. But like I was going through some rough times. Mainly like identity issues and just existing. But Monster Hunter was pretty much like my escape.
Feel that.
And the more challenging the game was, the more of an escape it would be. Oh, I thought I could get him there. Like, oof.
tries brutal.
Oh, I beat the Dire Morales
I don't know how.
with the nunchucks.
Nunchucks?
Yeah, the sticks.
Oh, you meant on the Wii. Ew.
Yeah, on the Wii.
Oh, yo, what Monster Hunter? What's up? She just joined. Let me turn the volume up on this real quick. Alright, Monster Hunter, if you want to talk. But right now we're talking about Origin stuff. So yeah, you basically beat 3 with the Wii.
Oh, no, damn. Okay,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I saw it and I was like, panic, fear!
So yeah, that's brutal. I don't know how you did that.
It was hell.
I played 3 for a minute. I played Try for a minute on the Wii and I found out about motion controls. No one told me you can use a Wii Pro controller, right? And I tried the Switch Axe and you gotta rotate the controller left and right and it's disgusting.
Fear! Okay, we're good.
Anyways,
Oh, someone joined the stream.
that's cool. Sup, person?
Fear! Sorry.
Anyways, should I start talking about other stuff? You want to keep going?
I'm kind of done with the origin story.
All right,
What
so
about
yeah.
Batman?
So that's how we both got into Monster Hunter. I'll make a better like animated video and stuff about it later.
Shit. Okay, really?
Hey, Charisma, what's up? All right, Charisma, if you're just joining, you just basically missed our how we both got into Monster Hunter. That's all we've been talking about.
Oh, someone left.
That's fine. And yeah, now we're gonna get on to the actual discussion of the video. I'm trying to see if Monster Hunter 23 from the Discord
dang.
can talk. Like, I can't hear them.
There's
Yes, they are.
messages in the chat. I keep getting like messages that someone's messaging.
Oh, that's my friend. He's waving.
Oh.
I can see it on my phone. Alright, guys, let's actually get down to business. I have this paper. It's full of 2 sides. We are going to talk about what we dislike and actually like about World. And, I feel like this game really divided a lot of players after, like, at least after they beat it. When it first came out, everyone was like, hype. But afterwards, it just kind of, I don't know, a lot of people don't even play this one anymore, even after they beat it. So,
Well, yeah, we'll get into that.
yeah, so we're going to start with the dislikes to lead up to the positives. But with some of the dislikes, we were also going to throw in a few positive things. So I have this list right here. I'm ready when you are, nerd.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing that I kind of went backwards, and I thought about it, like, when you first start, I went from the view of things I didn't like throughout playing it, and the first thing was just the ranking system. So, in all the other Monster Hunter games, you have to work your ass off just to get to the next rank. Not always. You can beat 3 ultimate, like the main story, low rank, and high rank possibly, in one day, just by doing the key quest. Because some of the key quests are just like one quest in each rank. Like, by rank I mean village, star quest, you know? Some of those, it's only like one quest, and then you get to like 4-star quests, one quest, get to 5-star quests. But some other games, especially on the hub, when you go on the hub, you have to like do a chain of key quests. Like, it's like 4 quests, then you get an urgent quest, and then you rank up. You gotta put a lot of work into it. And the positive for this change is I don't mind that we can get to like better gear really fast. But the thing I don't like is there's less experience in the game, and there's less chances for hunters to grow. And it's kind of like an FU all you old players, because in all the other games you put in, yeah, fuck that. In all the old games you put in so much of this work, and in this one you just rank up every quest. It's just crazy. Well, until you're HR 16. Oh, yo, JD, are you talking? Sorry, 1 second. It's not playing.
Ow.
Oh, wait, I get it now. Hold on. Yo, what's up, JD?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You might want to turn your game down a little,
Yeah.
so I can hear it. What are you playing, by the way?
I'm just playing Warcraft, too extreme.
Well, I'm trying to figure out why I hear music. It's probably from that. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we had Portable Third open. Oops. You're good. Keep playing, whatever. Anyways, so yeah, sorry to disrupt everything to the stream. We just got JD and Monster Hunt 23 from the Discord joining us. Thank you guys.
No problem.
Hi, thank thank you for noticing my existence.
I mean, I saw it, but it wasn't playing anything, and I forgot the reason why is because my aux cord was plugged in, because I was trying to record.
Wait, it was you the whole time?
It was just me. I saw like, oh, Monster Hunt's here, but I didn't hear anything. And the reason why is because my aux cord was plugged in to my DS, because I tried streaming that. It wasn't working.
Oh, gee.
Anyways, we just talked about the first thing we didn't like about World, and that was the how fast you rank up compared to the old games.
Yeah, I also felt like the whole ranking up thing kind of like diminished the story. Like the pacing in 4, I don't know why I loved it.
Hell yeah.
The story and pacing in 4 just felt beautiful. Like I when I played Monster Hunter, I'd never expect to play for a story, but that one I was excited each time like a story part came on.
Here, 1 second. You guys share your opinions. I'm gonna also check to see how you sound on here. One at a time.
Yeah, 4U is like the best in my opinion.
Totally agree.
So, I mean, I play mostly... My tradition is, when I play Monster Hunter games, I usually play the story first, and then I'll go play online. Generally speaking, I would say 4U is a good story. But, I also liked, to an extent, Try, because it was one of the first Monster Hunter games I legitimately played. Aside of that was Freedom.
Freedom's good.
Nice.
But I really enjoyed Try. I know a lot of people did not like the water mechanics in there, for good reasons. But other than that, I would say 4U and Try to me anyways. Well, Try would be a personal opinion, and 4U would be the overall opinion. I really liked 4U's story.
A lot of people didn't like back to the water mechanics, like just at a random. I loved it. I loved it. For some reason, like the water battles were like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, I feel like a god.
Can I tell you why I didn't like it?
It existed.
No, for me, it was because I was dumb. Like, great story, underwater, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with Great Sword of Water? That's what I did.
When you fight
Like,
Laggy Chris,
when I used to play Monster Hunter Try online, another thing too is back in Try there was a lot of hackers during its last year.
oh boy,
And they use like teleporting hacks. They use crack shot rapid fire. There was some crazy hacks. Yes, I'm dead serious. They go to Elatrium
that sounds so awesome.
and they'd be like, "Hey guys, you want to go kill Elatrium? Let's go." So they grabbed 3 noobs. I was one of them at one point because I was ranking up in multiplayer stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? And this guy takes out his crack shot. It's a heavy bow gun. And he's just spitting it at the Elatrion, and it dies within a couple seconds. So I was like, wait a minute. And I found out this was through homebrew. Yes, all these hacks were through homebrew. That's why in 3 Ultimate, they really cracked down on hacking. And they would give you I think it was like a 9,099 year ban.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous number, and they did that. I was like, oh, well, I mean, I guess that's good. But back to the water mechanics, I thought it was good as well. But when I played it, I used a I think I used a nunchuck and a Wii remote, and it felt a little awkward at first.
Oh, you did it too.
But I got used to it. One of my first walls was actually Barov, because in the old Try game, his charging was much faster, and he would not stop for a second after his charge was complete.
Right.
And that was a funny mechanic back then in Try, but they fixed that in later games, which, I don't know, I mean, it was a good mechanic, I guess, but they took that out and they let him breathe for a second before charging at you again.
I definitely feel like with GU, they definitely, added a lot of tweaks and other mechanics that it needed.
Yeah.
I beat the entirety of Try.
Yes, version of 3U.
Yeah, don't do it. When I bought 3U, I went straight to the Wii U version because that one actually had lobbies in it and the online play. I don't know the reasoning behind why they didn't put multiplayer on the 3DS version, because it also had the 3D effect, which looked actually pretty decent for that game.
I think the online thing was because they didn't have that built into the game at the time, and then 4U was just breathtaking. Everyone's like, oh my god.
When I first got the Wii U, I thought it was going to have, the same 3D function as the
Yo guys, real talk. Do you guys both have 3 on the Wii U?
I still have my
Okay, yeah, well, we gotta play that, because actually, here's a weird thing about me. With 3, I know we're getting off topic, but that's fine, I just love talking. 3U, I have the weirdest relationship with that one, because when it came out, I was playing Portable Third, which is essentially Try 2.0, and then I go to I don't have a 3DS, my friend lets me borrow his, right? And then, as I play, I'm like, wow, this is just Portable Third minus the Japanese village in Zenogre. Well, Zenogre's later. And then, here's the worst part. I finally get through high rank. I beat Cedius. It was an epic Friday night. I was in high school. It's the highlight of my week.
Yep.
The next day, my friend's like, hey, I need that DS back. I'm like, oh. And then I get my own 3DS, but right when I turn on 3, Capcom announces 4 Ultimate. I'm like, well, see you in the future. And then every time I beat whatever new Monster Hunter came out, I play it a lot, and I'm like, okay, time to go back to 3. New Monster Hunter. I'm like, okay. And it's been like that every time. But yeah, if you guys play, I'm down to play. Anyways.
I still have my Wii. It's just collecting this at this point, though.
Shall we go on with the things that we don't like about World?
Hell yeah.
Okay, the next one is the potion drinking. If you guys know I'm going with this, and the old Monster Hunter games, is like...
Okay, so this is an opinion. I actually like the original potion drinking better.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, one second, let me explain it to people what we're getting at. So...
Yeah. It stops you from moving.
I'm sure...
Involves more strategy.
I'm sure everyone's heard this by now. Like, a bunch of people complain about this, and they probably judge us, old players, for saying stuff like this, but it is really annoying. Like, yeah, in the old games, it's all, like, it's really intense, because you take a potion, and oh no, Rajang's actually looking at you, next thing you know, he's jumping at you, and you're dead. But, like, that just, it just makes you grow as a hunter, and you gotta, like, know when your opening is. Like, there's a lot of times I freeze up.
In the old games, potion drinking involved a little more strategy, find the right time.
Yes.
Yeah, it also...
Good morning!
That guy just jumped in if you guys were watching the stream. Anyways, but like in this one,
Mom's gonna watch.
Me and my friend, we call it tea time, because your guy is fighting... You're fighting an Elder Dragon, your guy's like, oh, this tastes delicious. Oh, yes.
Tea time. Well, the reason why I like the older mechanic for potions is because it's a risk and reward factor.
Yeah.
You gotta play it right, and if you do... Another thing, too, is the potion drinking in that game is a lot quicker than the versatile version of Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
You can move around in World while you drink, but you're still slow as shit, and you're just kind of like walking around like an idiot, and you're just like, yeah, let me just drink this potion. But, besides that, I really do like the older aspect of it, because it's just a quick stop and go motion that can usually be timed at the correct moment if you do it right.
Yeah.
If you don't, you do get punished.
Could I add something to that?
Yes.
So the nice part about the old way is it kind of helps you grow as a player, because then you study the monsters more and you look for that opening, and then you just know the moves by heart. Like, I can fight Zenogre all day without looking. But like in this one, the other thing that sucks is if you're drinking a potion, you get hit, there goes your potion. You don't even get to keep it.
Yeah, it just disappears. It's like, oh well.
When I got this game, I was kind of disappointed that the potions were instant.
Yeah.
Because...
Oh, nice.
Did I get I swear, if I didn't get a Warrior Streamstone, I'm gonna be so fucking angry.
I was gonna say potions. Oh yeah, a solution that I actually would love them just to add an update.
I'm angry.
You can... Let's say you can walk and you drink your potion like you do in this game, but if you just stop moving, your character does the old chug and flex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could work. I do like the newer method too, because as ironic as it sounds and cliche it sounds, it also...
Oh gosh, you guys are like robot.
Oh, sorry.
Robot.
You can change it under the voice settings. Just right click on us and there's a volume.
Yeah, so as cliche as it sounds, it stirs to a more casual audience because it makes it a little bit easier. And I say that to an extent because I'm not saying I fully like the idea, but I like it enough that it's grabbing more people's attention, especially in Monster Hunter World, because let's face it, Monster Hunter World is one of their biggest outbreaks of gathering people to play that game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's gathering a bigger audience, I've noticed as well, which is a good thing. So I can't really discredit it fully for doing that. So that's just my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the positives about the game, or world in general. It's just, we'll get to it later, but the popularity of this game is a good thing because it adds more success for Capcom, which means more Monster Hunter games.
Yes, it can also add success, but it can also add morale for the actual producing team. They can do more stuff because currently we're getting Iceborne, and I think the players are a big factor of us getting Iceborne.
Like, I agree with the morale thing, like, the most, because nothing hits your ego more than, you know, learning that your game's a cult classic instead of, like, you know, popular.
Exactly.
Like, if I was in the dev team and it went from, like, cult classic status to worldwide status, I'd just lose my shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we move on to the next thing?
Yeah.
Alright, so next thing was, this is my favorite. It's a big reason that both me and a good friend of mine don't really play World. And this is the fact, it's just stun, tremors, and roars. Before you interrupt me, I know you can wear talisman or decorations that negate this, but you shouldn't have to, and a lot of monsters do this already in the old games, but what really gets to me is the fact that almost every monster can do it, and there's like a 75% chance when you get hit, it's going to happen. And before you interrupt me one more time, don't just say, oh, get good. Learn how to dodge. Because you will dodge in this game, but the monster AI is really smart and it'll hit you again, and sometimes you can't help it.
You may now interrupt.
Yeah.
That's one thing I did notice while playing this game is... Like, I noticed that, like, it's just, like, status effects last too long. Favorite character? Alright,
we'll get to that.
I forgot Mario Quest. But, like, the first time I got stunned, I was like, okay, I'm gonna tap a whole bunch of buttons to get out real quick. No! That didn't happen. And I sat there and just got my ass kicked by the Pookie. Yeah. And I was just like, what?
I gotta interrupt you right there, because that's another thing I didn't really mention when I brought this up. It's not just the fact that everything can do these things to you. It's the fact that how long it lasts. In the old games, your guy's a pro. He'll, like, snap his ass back together and you're back in the fight. But in this one, your guy takes, it's only, like, a few seconds, but it feels like 50, you know?
It feels like a decade.
And, like...
Are you talking about the stun effects as well?
Stun and tremors.
Because stun's like a fix now. It's like, it will stop over time. Like, in the old games, you could just spam the controller and it would just snap right out of it. And this one, it's more of an animation process where you have to wait and then you can finally kick out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hate that part about stun.
In World.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that I don't really fully agree on why they chose that method, but
yeah,
just the old one feels so much better, especially like a game like Frontier. Oh my
yeah.
God, I'm telling you, dude.
I haven't played Frontier.
If you had that stun in World, it would be a fucking nightmare.
Oh boy.
Because like in Frontier, these monsters obviously have new mechanics and they have like so much versatility to them, and that's why the characters in Monster Hunter Frontier Z, they have a lot of movement speed to them now. They can just like Naruto run across the fucking map and stuff. I'm not even joking. Like, that's the truth.
Yeah.
And it's actually enjoyable to a sense. But I could just imagine, you know, having the world stun effect in Frontier would just totally destroy the game.
Oof. I can't even imagine. I haven't played Frontier, but I've been told it's a real good game and it should be in America.
Dude, think of it. It's Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, but updated. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Like, I know Frontier and online, Monster Hunter Online, they're gone.
I have a theory about that I was going to save for another video, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So I feel like they're shutting both of those down so they can, like, tweak them and make it the next great Monster Hunter game with world mechanics.
A few people in the Monster Hunter Online Discord said the same thing, including myself.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, that would be the greatest intention possible for them, because they just, like, they're shutting down both games, which is questionable to me. One of them, I know they did it because I think it was Capcom or either Tencent didn't, like, reassign their contract for the game, and that was for Monster Hunter Online. As far as Frontier, I think they're just shutting it down because they're like, yeah, I mean, the game's so goddamn old. It's like PS2 era type stuff, and it uses, I believe, the Monster Hunter 2 engine, or DOS, if you want to call it.
Oh, I forgot DOS existed.
Got Kushi on the cover.
I mean, I got really far in Frontier. Like, I got up to Zenith, even Blinking Nargacuga and stuff, which I fought that thing and I got my ass kicked, but I went to a party and I fought it and I actually handled it.
I'm trying to...
It's a really interesting fight.
I'm trying to stream that game or, like, record each week, but I've just been busy. I really want to...
Sorry.
The thing with Frontier is it's very confusing if you don't, like, invest into it as much as possible. Because the armor in that game, well, specifically, the weapons have an attack ceiling, so you have to do these things called hunting logs. I forgot what they're called, but you do these hunting tests where you kill a specific amount of monsters and what type, and it boosts up your attack capacity, and it raises the roofing of your attack power, so it's not capped at a certain level.
Oh.
You gotta keep doing that, yeah. I didn't know about this until someone told me about this. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're doing your max cap. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you got...
Nope.
Another thing, too, is, like, if you were to get a Zenith set of, like, Espinas and just slap it on, it would be totally shit. Like, you need to get, like, for example, the best jewels you can get or armor is from, he is that big snake.
I know what you're talking about.
The mountain-looking snake?
It's like Dalmadur, but it's like his cousin.
Yeah.
Raviente?
Raviente.
Yeah.
It's like a big serpent.
So, the thing is with Raviente, though, it is a total grind just to get the gems from him and the armor and upgrading the weapons, because I did that process. And it takes, like, I think weeks or even months just to fully upgrade a weapon. But I'm telling you, it's like the best investment you can have, because you're just going to see a bunch of people with these skills from Raviente sets, and they're really good, and like that is endgame stuff right there, aside of doing events and stuff. But like, I made it to endgame stuff, but I was with my clan or whatever, the guild at the time, and we just do Raviente fights all day. We're just like, alright, let's go to bed. It was like it was like the biggest grind possible. And on top of that, you'd have to wait for these people to get online. Another thing too is Frontier isn't like populated. It's like, you know, it's got, I think they had like tens of thousands of people on there. But there was Raviente trains, which are basically Japanese or Taiwan players that there would be like groups of 40, and they'd just be like, hey, want to do some Raviente hunting, like G rank and stuff? And I'd go in there and I'd, you know, do that and stuff, which was fun. So there was a consistency with the people who played that, and they try to keep it alive.
Yeah, anyways, that's really cool. I actually know about all that about Frontier.
Frontier is one of those games. It was one of my dream games, and then when I got to the end of it, I kind of got sick of it because it was confusing, nonetheless.
Fair.
Because it's not like the Japanese version doesn't have like a English patch like online does.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
The Taiwan version is a little bit cheaper though.
Yeah.
And I would recommend the Taiwan version because there is a good English guild on there that can help you out and stuff. But aside from that, you don't get no English patch. You're basically out there unless you go into a guild and they'll hold your hand for some way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we're just gonna breeze through these, and then after that, how about we just talk about whatever.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing about the dislikes is the brutal monster AI. By that I mean there's been times I'm going to use this one fight, the Lunastra, right?
Oh, fuck that mission.
I was playing it with my buddy right here, and it looked at me, and it decided to tail whap me, and it would do it over and over. I would get up, I'd fall down and die. Like, what happens is I got knocked over by its tail, I got up, knocked down, knocked down, stunned, knocked down, and that's how I died. And like, there's been multiple occasions like this. Go ahead, share if you have any.
Okay, so the thing with Lunastra, especially in World, I hate her AI.
I haven't gotten that far in World.
I've actually beat her Arch-Tempered version, and I'm telling you, it's like the hardest thing possible. I used like a heavy bowgun set with like, I was just ripping her apart, but like she was ripping me apart at the same time, but I beat her. But her tail hitbox is different from Teostra, which makes no sense to me.
Oh yeah.
They have the same skeleton, but they have a different hitbox. Lunastra's hitbox is gigantic on her tail. Yes, I'm dead serious. If you look at Teo's tail hitbox, it's actually decent. It's actually not that good, to be honest. And I think that's why they tweaked Lunastra's, but I think they over-tweaked it, in my opinion, because you'll stand, like, I'd say, like, 6 feet away from her tail, or 5, and you'd still get hit by it.
Oh,
it's just like, yo, what the fuck? It's like, it's crazy. And on top of that,
I heard that Lunastra is, like, the most broken monster in the game. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I already hate her.
You want to know a fun fact?
She really is because she sometimes breaks out of her animations that she'll do on big attacks, and she'll just like juke you out and hurting you. It's like ridiculous.
You know what's funny? So another thing, this is kind of a positive and a negative at the same time, is the reward system in this game. Because when we actually, that mission where the Lunastra kicked her ass, we both died. I got 3 gems. Explain.
I got shit.
You were so pissed. I loved it.
I got nothing.
Like, it's almost every time we hunt together, because the last time we hunted Nello Dragon, which was Nergigante, he got 2 gems, one from a body card. I still don't have one.
I know there'll be people that will be like, oh, it's just, you know, art.
I will say I do like the Willy Wonka golden tickets, is what I call them.
The golden Wyverian princess?
Yeah, it's annoying to get them.
Oh my god, they're so helpful.
But yeah, they are helpful because I've been fighting Azure Raphalos in 4 just for a mantle. That's like the rarest item from it. I haven't gotten it yet, but in this one you can work for it and then trade something for whatever, and that's actually kind of nice. I don't think that's broken. I think it's fair.
I thought the most broken item get was Cult Terros Gleaming Gemstone or whatever it was called, because I got the first one in like 2 fights and I could not drop the second one. It took me like 25 fights to get the next one. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I finally got it. And this was before they had her gem on the thing where that girl is.
Yeah.
Where you could use your golden print to get that gem. It wasn't even there at the time because Cult Terros was new, like brand spanking new.
Yeah.
So I was grinding that out for like 2 days, and it was like I was actually getting really unmotivated, and eventually I got it from a drop. You know how she has the shiny drops you pick up?
Yeah.
I got it from that.
Oh.
I was like, okay, alright, I'll take it.
I mean, it's free.
Yeah, for real. I was like, and then I made my full set. But like, the thing is, like, I play on PC more competitively when it comes to monsters, because that's where I stand, because like I have the Behemoth set, I have Arch-Tempered sets, I soloed the Arch-Tempereds before. A good set to run with is the Glutton. It's from Cult Terros. It's like a heavy bowgun, and it's like a great Chakras golden weapon. But it's like I think it's Cluster or something. It spams so much, and you can knock down monsters, which is your biggest asset, especially against Lunastra. You want to keep her down as much as possible. So that's how I beat her, which is just keep putting her down through knockouts and stuff. And I eventually beat her. She has, like, I believe... The thing with Arch-Tempered Nergigante, his health is way too high as Arch-Tempered. But his tempered counterpart was mediocre, though. So, like, I think he had, like 12,000 health or something. His Arch-Tempered has, like, 27,000 or maybe like 30,000, somewhere in that range. It's ridiculous.
I think Windard wants to say so.
Oh, speaking of aggressive AI, fuck the behemoth.
Oh my god, dude.
I have a rule, and it's screwing me. With me and Monster Hunter, I either always beat the monster by myself, or I beat the entire rank by myself. Like, I've always beat like high, low, and G by myself, like all of it.
Yeah.
And every game, it's just my thing. And now I'm torn.
Insane.
And now I'm torn because I can't physically beat Behemoth without the help of someone. And now
the thing is, with Behemoth, it's a fight that needs people. And let me tell you, I got so angry one time and I screamed because we were about to beat Behemoth, but my teammates, when he does, I forgot that move, where the comet comes down,
yeah,
and insta-wipe the team.
Yeah.
My teammates decided it'd be a good idea to not go behind the boulder, and they did this process work twice in a good fashion.
Ooh.
And I stood behind a comet, and I was just looking at my teammates. I see two of them just like running around with their heads cut off, and I see my third teammate standing on the fucking opposite side where I was standing, was the correct position, and I could not type fast enough. I guess they peer pressured or something, but we instant wiped on the last phase, and I fucking had it. I fucking had it, and after that, I was like, okay, I'll do it again. And the irony in this, I actually beat it.
Oh, hey.
The second team.
I, to this day, still can't beat Behemoth, and it upsets me because every mix that I've seen online is like, oh, you want a good greatsword set? Get the Draken armor, and I'm just like, cool, what's that? Oh, Behemoth.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of like sweaty things you have to get these good armors from.
Mm-hmm. Like I know there's a way to get the Draken armor without defeating him. Like people talk about it.
Yeah. You can just like carve it just by severing things and breaking stuff, and at the end screen you can just grab as many parts as you need. But I think there is one part you might need from a kill. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on this directly. But, like, I think there is one piece you might need from him that's a kill exclusive. If not, I think all the pieces are just severable and stuff, which is really good because Behemoth is a ridiculous fight. And if you're going with pug groups, it's a fucking disaster. Because I did that fight like 20 times with pugs just to torture myself. And eventually I got it, but still, it was the most rewarding thing to do it with pugs. But it's like, it's just better just to do it with, you know, your friends that know coordination and landing the tornadoes in the correct spot.
I don't have any friends.
Behold the screen,
like,
a good example of Tremors.
Yeah, and he's got like Chabradis and stuff, and he's throwing tornadoes, and people like, hey, let me just throw it back at the Behemoth so you guys can't hit him. I'm like, hey, what the fuck?
Anyways, let's keep going. So the scout flies are on here. They're not a big deal, but for me, they were annoying. Like, they were awesome as heck. I'm like, oh, we needed this so long. But after a while, they're like, go this way. I'm like, dude, the monster's literally to my right. And then...
that thing can be a deterrent sometimes,
yeah, but
scout flies. They just don't lead correctly sometimes.
Yeah, a positive...
Like, they try to, like, shortcut, or not. They like to take the long route, and he's like, dude, he's like right there.
Yeah, a positive, though, is I do like the fact that you can use them to mark a place on the map, and like boom, you find where to go because this map gets huge.
Yeah, exactly. That happens though when you like upgrade the monster's like level of scouting, like scouting it for so many times, and then you'll get to that point where your scout flies will just like pop the enemy, like pop the monster, and it will show right on the map instead of just tracking it down, which is a really good mechanic I like about that. It just makes it a little bit easier.
Like now that we're on the topic of the map. That's one thing I loved about World, is no loading.
Yeah, I do like the maps, I just don't like the execution on certain monsters, especially Devil Joe, where he sleeps is just a fucking disaster.
Oh yeah.
Like, he sleeps in the smallest area, and you're just like,
do or die.
Devil Joe, this isn't a great Jagras or anything. Like, so you're fighting him in this little small arena, and he's just like, you know what he's gonna do? He's just gonna hip check you all day.
Oh yeah,
and just like pin you to a wall like it's WWE. It's like ridiculous.
Soft flashbacks.
Oh god, let's not even talk about that's another video about god nightmares.
He's just gonna like lie bite you in that tiny little spot.
That's my like biggest problem why I died.
Hey
like,
kid, you like defense down? Too bad.
Like in like the older games, the reason I died a lot is because like someone like Diablos would just wall hug and just charge me to death. So like I'll be at a wall and they'll just hug that wall and just charge me. I'm like, yo, like I'm so thankful the world isn't like that, but like I kind of miss that.
Yeah. What's next on the list, Isaac?
Next thing, this one's everyone's probably going to say something about this. So real talk, earlier when we first started this, me and the nerd talked about our origin story for Monster Hunter, as in what games we started with, which I think we're both supposed to Freedom Unite, right?
We practically, I started with 2, but I mained on...
Let's just say we're both second gen there.
Yeah.
And a thing about me,
okay.
I am an artist, and all my life I've been drawing weapons. So when I saw Monster Hunter weapons, like, this is so unique. And I'm also in these games. I'm a collector. I play the game to collect weapons, and that's where we're going with this. The weapon designs, they're all the same except for a hand selection. My theory of this is that the weapon design is like the last thing on the list. And they're like, we gotta rush this game, and the designer's like, but boss, and like only a few, the good ones. And like, but I'm actually doing an art series for the channel later where I redesign weapons that didn't get anything. Ow. So yeah, thoughts on it? Go for it.
So the weapon design was my biggest gripe about World.
Same.
And it always has.
Oh.
I really don't want to discredit producers who make these weapons, but so for the longest time I thought they were just fucking straight up easy for doing this. I was like really? You guys couldn't throw like a unique style on like, yeah, I got it that you didn't want to create a unique style on like a Great Gyros or something, because it's like it's a small monster. It's not like it's not like a Legiana or something, right?
Yeah.
But they did it with Legiana, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, they put bone on it and put a little hide on it and called it a day. I was like, yo, I'm not cool.
Or with Kuliaku, they just put a couple of feathers on it.
Yo, the dumbest one. Yeah! Guys, the dumbest one is the fact that the endgame monster has nothing. The Shinojiva.
Yes!
It's got like a glowing feather on like the sword. I'm like, what is this?
What? Like, it could have been like, they just got a crystal. They have all these crystal textures. They just could have made something like that.
Yeah, I've been actually... How do you feel about my weapon designs? I showed you them a few days ago.
Yeah, like, I don't want to target any people that, like, they're like, I'm fine with this, but I think it's, like, a minimalistic aspect of it.
I want to kill
like,
someone.
You guys should be, like, like, I wouldn't say rioting about this, but, like...
I'd riot.
At least something. Like, I don't think this is, like, a correct way to handle this, especially... When in the older games, we got these unique styles. Even in Frontier, they went crazy.
Dude, Google...
in Frontier, they had long greatswords. They had long lances and stuff.
Can I tell you my favorite thing about Frontier? Yeah, it's the weapon designs, but I made the greatsword from, like, the first Urgent, which is that green dude. He's like the Devil Joe. Have you seen...
Obayarugu.
Yeah, have I showed you, nerd? Is referring to you? Is that the greatsword from that?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's literally a giant pocket knife, and it blades
like
orange. And like,
I had that too. I used that a while because I actually liked the
It's so freaking cool.
And like, but the whole style and world, I totally resented it because it was like it was kind of like it betrayed me for all these years of these unique designs that they put effort into, and I'm not
like the Fatalis weapons.
Yeah, those are good.
Like this Xenojiva is an endgame monster, and they couldn't even put the effort to at least put an original style on it. To an extent, they did technically. They did their part, but they didn't do it fully. It was half bone, half hide, and a couple feathers that glowed in the dark.
I'm hoping that they're gonna change that with Iceborne, but they would have announced it, or they're gonna update it later. I think they're just focusing on gameplay.
Yeah. I'm not too optimistic about Iceborne when it comes to weapon design because
we saw the Glavenus, right?
Yeah, we saw the Glavenus greatsword, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that was people were talking about today.
I actually didn't see it. Like, I did not spoil Iceborne a lot. I didn't play the betas. I didn't do nothing.
I didn't either.
I only seen the monster roster.
I'm still 50-50 on getting it.
Like, what happened to the Glavenus weapons? What did they do to it?
Well, it's like this. There's like a metal sword at the top, looks like a hook, and then there's just like a few Glavenus parts on it, and that's what we're talking about. It's the same thing. I'm like, we don't know if this is the fully upgraded version, because there's some weapons like the Teostrel sword and shield. It looks normal until you upgrade it. So people's theory is that once you fully upgraded weapons in Iceborne, they'll finally look like they should be, but they haven't announced that, and it's something they should have. Like, if they announced that, I'd be like 100% buying.
Yeah, and it's like Glavenus is a flagship for generations, so I don't want to be like too extreme, but you shouldn't disrespect a flagship like that and give it like, fucking bone, like, here's half a hide.
Yeah, just a bone hammer with a couple of hide pieces on it.
With a little bit of flame element on it,
Anyways,
fire element.
I'm glad you guys all feel the same. Anything else you guys want to comment about the weapon designs? Are you good?
I mean, they did. I actually like the Gigante weapons when they got fully upgraded. They actually look decent. They look good.
The whole game should have been like that, though.
Yeah, but I hope they put the respective styles for the returning monsters, especially Barioth.
Yeah, he's my second fave. I was so pissed when I saw a picture of the sword and shield. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, another thing too is it's not actually about the weapons. It's about the mastery rank armor.
Oh.
They're actually ripping these.
Yeah, they're from high rank
games, and I'm like, dude, are you like I don't say anything. I'm just like, whatever.
Wait,
but
what do you mean?
There's people that are just like, whoa, that is so cool. I'm like, guys, this is from previous games. Like, it's nothing to
Okay, yeah, that's one of the things. I guess we'll just talk about that now. So there's good things about new players because they can experience the game, and when they're nice, you can teach them and hunt with them and stuff, and you become friends.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's those players that act like they're either elitist and they tell me how to play. I'm like, I've been playing before you knew what Monster Hunter was. And then what really makes me cringe is what you just said. So the Guardian armor got shown off at the end of the trailer, and people were judging its design. And I was like, guys, this is from first or second gen. Stop.
Yeah, I believe one of them, the Black Diablos one, I think that was ripped from Monster Hunter Online. If not, it was in Monster Hunter Online though, but I think it was in another. I can't remember which one it was in though. But I definitely remember that from being in Monster Hunter Online, because that was another game I would play too. That's where I spend most of my time, is in the Monster Hunter Online Discord. Because there's a lot of people that play World as well, and we talk about build sets and stuff, which they're really nice people. Mm-hmm. But man, they're sweaty. They're fucking they're like, yo, Jay, you gotta make sure you run this gluttonous weapon to get a speed run. I'm like, guys, I just don't want a speed run.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Okay. Don't tell me how to play. Don't tell me what to do with my set.
It's and that's why whenever I see Cancer for Me stuff, I'm just like, yeah, it's alright. It's not nothing.
That was accidental.
Guy's good, definitely good. I just don't really look up to that stuff.
I'm also upset at the how we've seen some of the armors coming in Master Rank, G Rank. That's what I want to call it.
There's one Mastery Rank set I'm glad they're putting back, and it's the Rathian one.
Yeah, that one's dope. He finally looked like the dude.
That one was a good one.
Confirmed my theory that the veteran hunter from World is actually a G Rank.
Hey, maybe eventually we'll get the rare species Rathalos and Rathian.
Yeah. What I'm saying is my second favorite monster is the Barioth, or however you say it, and he has. They're giving us high rank version of his armor. I'm like, no, the G Rank's dope.
Yeah, yes, the G Rank is the best. That's why I liked Ryu so much. Because of their G Rank.
G Rank variant of monster armor is always the best, except for Gravios.
I agree. Yeah, that was kind of
Gravios.
Yeah, Gravios' G rank armor was just a mishmash of Gravios skulls.
Yeah, it was more death.
Okay, so I don't want to go back to the weapons, but the Gravios and Basarios reminded me of something. Did anyone think that the Basarios hunting horn was the most badass thing to ever exist?
The Basarios version, I think it was, especially if you play it the online.
Oh yeah, the guitar.
Yeah, the Basarius rocks.
Really
The Fatalis and Zenogre one though, they have the same thing going on.
True.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's the next question?
Next thing. So I'm glad we all agree with the weapons. We already talked about the next thing, which was like the elite players / meta players. They're just, speedrunners. One thing I will say, having a good rival is nice, and some competition keeps you busy, gives you goals. But
can I say something about the speedrunners real quick?
Yeah.
So when I was on Reddit, and when I used to do Monster Hunter Frontier videos, I wouldn't say I used to get harassed, but I had this one guy that would keep commenting on my Reddit videos that I was like, oh, it took you this long to kill a monster?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like, I was like, I'm kind of confused on this game. I don't really know what to use. And the best part about that Reddit, though, I was being defended because I remember one guy saying, hey, not everyone's a speedrunner. Respect on how he plays.
Exactly.
And so on and so forth. And then there was another guy.
Not a player.
Yo, guys.
Yeah, there is. So the interesting thing is, there was this one guy. I think it was a chick. She helped me out figuring out what I should do with my sets, and she actually had a YouTube channel as well. And she helped me build my character and stuff. So there's always a positive between a negative as well. So the thing is, that's the reason why I stayed away from Frontier, was that bullshit.
Right.
I hated it. When I posted a video, I'd always get critiqued on my timing. Not how the execution was, because my execution was fine. I attacked the monster in a style that was really good. But just how long it took me, because I didn't have the proper gear, I was always criticized on it. And it was just like, it was so overbearing for me, so I was like, fuck it. I'm not doing any more Frontier videos. And that's not the main reason why I stopped. That was one reason. The other reason was because I was playing other games too, and my subscription was running out, and I was kind of like, I'm kind of done. I'm at the end game of Frontier. I beat all these end game bosses. I feel like I completed it.
Right.
Innocent.
Can I add to that? So, a friend from our Discord went through the same thing, where he did speedruns, and he got harassed just because of the timing and whatnot. So, but he did.
Uconlos?
Yeah, I didn't really want to say a name, but yeah. We'll give him a shout out because we love him.
A shout out, he's
that
really
guy. Uconlos Z.
He really tries.
It's been a while since I've actually talked to him. I did try to talk to him about stuff, but Anyways, yeah, someone harassed him, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that like the speedrunning thing isn't new to World, but it's gotten worse.
It really has.
Because for him, he played Freedom Unite and did these speedruns, and like people would judge him. Meanwhile, I'm like, how the hell did you do that? I would fail so hard, and like I would just try cheering him on. And the thing is, these people have been here. It's like in everything, just how society is, especially the gaming and stuff. There's always competitors, but what's wrong is when, like you said, when a speedrunner tells a casual player or people are just having fun, hey, you're playing this game wrong, or you suck. Like, no. And like the thing is, with World, it's gotten these players from all these other games to join in, and so they just kind of do whatever they want.
You can't really play Monster Hunter wrong.
You really can't. But there is an ideal way to play it. Most people says, and that's to speedrun for shit.
Which is stupid.
Which is really stupid. That's why I play Dauntless and I do Dauntless. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, the Dauntless community isn't as bad as Monster Hunter community.
Until it gets popular.
Nice, but there are some trolls in there. So don't ever think there isn't going to be a troll, because there always is. And I swear to God, my Monster Hunter videos, when I put them on Reddit, I get one downvote from a specific person. I don't know who it is, but I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, I feel that.
But and when I do the Dauntless videos, I get positive feedback. I get people telling me, you're doing a great job. Just keep the consistency up with your voice and all this stuff, and you be top tier as commentary. And I really take pride into that, but like the Monster Hunter Reddit is just like, it's kind of like, I'll do a video once in a while, but it's like, I kind of debate on if I want to put on Reddit. Now, if you're putting it like on the wiki, that's like the best place to put it, because they love that stuff. They love watching that stuff. I've known those guys up in the wiki for a long time, especially the admin.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is Cope. That is.
Anyways, I'm glad we could all agree on that stuff. And yeah, it is an issue we need to resolve. I don't think it's ever gonna. It's just like you have to find the right people. Like, if you're a speedrunner, just keep it to your speedrunner group, and don't be mean to other speedrunners. Give them tips, but don't be a dick, okay? And if they're not speedrunners, leave them alone. If you want to give them tips on stuff, that's fine. But don't ever tell someone how to do something or that they're doing it wrong, because that's like the ultimate. Like, that's the ultimate thing that could hurt someone, especially if they're playing a game to escape, like, all their life problems, and then you tell them they suck at that too. That's like the ultimate blow.
Just because people don't play the game exactly the same way you do, that doesn't mean you can bash them.
On the whole note of, like, people telling you how to play, I don't remember what streamer or YouTuber it was, I can't remember, it's been a while, but it was around the time the Monster Hunter beta came out, and I didn't want to play it because I don't like spoilers. And I remember like this YouTuber saying that like he's trying to figure out the best set, mainly because because not only did he want to beat the monster, but he wanted like views for it. So he viewed like it's almost like he didn't view the game as like something fun to play, but something as just like a tool.
Yeah.
And like with that mentality, like it almost made me think like I don't know. I'm not sure how to like just formulate my thoughts on it, but it just made it feel like it was kind of like disrespectful to a lot of players.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, it wasn't to me entirely, but like I just felt like it was disrespectful because this game means a lot to me in a sense, but I'm not sure how to.
I think I get what you're getting at. You don't want someone like turning something you love into something else.
Yeah, like I think that's just like my opinion, but
I think I can relate to that on the personal like streaming level. So you guys from the YouTube, if you guys seen it, when I first started, I would try to record every day, but it got to the point where I didn't want to even play the game because it felt like a chore. Now I record and play whenever I want, and it's a lot better that way.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll move on to the last two things, and then we have a lot of good things to say.
Ow.
Well, yeah, here we go. Everyone's favorite. I hope you guys agree with this. Our favorite character, the Handler.
Fuck.
Okay, before you guys join me on this, I'm just gonna go ahead and yell all the stuff out. First off, she takes your scenes. You're the main character, but fuck you, you're in the background.
Right.
They make you save her. That part, when you save her from the Devil Joe, I literally stopped playing the game for like 3 months. I'm like, I ain't doing this. And then,
oh my god,
what else? She never stops telling you how to play. Like the first time you do the capture quest, she tells you how to do it, and even pink bombs and stuff. Like, oh wow, that's really useful. Like, that's actually a thing. I had to learn this shit myself in the old games. Next time, now hit it with trach bombs. Hit it with trach bombs. Hit it with trach bombs. I'm like, stop. And then
you already told me once.
Yeah, and then she implies that you guys did it together. Like, yeah, we did it. Part. I'm like, where were you? and then the other thing that really. The other thing that bothers me a lot is that people actually like her. They're like, she's my waifu, or they cosplay her. I'm like, why?
Ah, Danger Town.
But why? And the biggest and the worst part about her, Alex, I think you agree with me on this. She insults the Guildmarm.
Yeah.
You can get a costume where she dresses like the Guildmarm, which is probably arguably the most iconic or best guild girl ever, because she's just throughout. She's a character. She's with you throughout four Ultimate, and she's funny as heck. I don't know, and like they just like, you can put her costume on the hand, and like, how dare you? I don't know.
Wait, is this a costume?
Yeah,
like that?
It's a DLC thing for World.
That just makes the pain sting even more.
I know exactly.
It's like double.
Ooh.
It's like, hey, you remember Guildmarm?
Yeah.
Like that. Now you have the Handler.
So the Handler is an interesting character. To be honest, I don't act. Okay, so I kind of. but I don't like her enough because she is fucking annoying.
Here's that stun you're talking about.
But she's a charming annoying.
Right.
If I were to be honest. But, like, she also has an obsession of eating. But another thing, too, is if you watch sometimes, and if you're in base camp, she tries to steal your stuff, and I'm just like, yo, what the... Like, she goes into the item box for no reason when you're not looking, and then when you do look, she's like, oh, shit, did you see? Like, I'm dead serious. It's like, what?
I've never noticed that.
Yeah, like, sometimes, like, if you're doing quests, and you go to base camp, she'll, like, rummage through your item box, and when you show up, she'll stop and then just, like, reposition herself and, like, pretend she didn't, like, you didn't even see. I'm like, are you kidding me? It reminds me of the cat, the specific, Nyan cat in, I think it was For You, the Afro.
Oh, Afro?
He did the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
He did the same thing.
And
He'd rummage through your box and stuff. And I'm like,
he was one of my favorite characters in 4, besides the Guildmarm. I love the Guildmarm, like, to death.
Now, the funniest character I have on the world, though, is the and there's the one from Generations Ultimate. He's got a big body for a cat. And I'm just like, this guy's a chef, like, bro.
This guy can be classified as a hunter at this point.
Exactly. He probably was if they actually put more on him and stuff. It's like, yeah, he was a hunter. I mean, like, what?
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I don't know. I wish they did more with the Guildmarm. I mean the Handler. I'm sorry. Like, cause like it's almost like each guild gal had their own personality and like quirkiness to them. Like the Guildmarm was like obsessed with monsters and like just wanted monsters, like all the monsters.
Yeah.
And it was just
especially Brachydios.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we already know that story.
We don't talk about that story. But like even like the Gen 3 girl, like she, was just like jokes and puns, which is like something you needed in like that hell of a game.
Ace Hunter killed me with that one.
Oh yeah.
He killed me with that Dalamadarn. Like, come on, man. He's like Dalamadarn. I'm like, what, bro? You really just pulled that on me. I remember the first time hearing that, and I cracked up. I like awkwardly cracked up over that. Like, you got me.
And like even in the like older games, like they had like quirks and whatnot and other things. Like with GU, like I was late to the GU party because I didn't have a Switch until like 2 years later.
Yeah. About GU though, the Monster Hunter Online the Monster Hunter Online Discord doesn't really like that game.
Why?
But I don't know what it is. I think it's something to do with the, like, here's more subspecies. Like, I think they hate I wouldn't say everyone in that, like, Discord, but there are some people that just don't like the subspecies, like, spamming out subspecies and stuff in that game. And on top of that, re-releasing monsters from previous games. But I'm going to tell you, GU is one of my favorite Monster Hunter games.
Hell yeah.
For the specific reason, because it was one of the largest runs they had for monsters. Like, dude,
yeah.
You're like, you have so many monsters to fight, and on top of that, you got those deviants, and that can last for a long time. And I'm like, yo, trust me, when you go into parties and you fight deviants, especially the X tier ones, like the end game ones, dude, it is so fun because like you'll see people die from like Arzuros deviants, and it's so hilarious. They'll get slashed, and they'll be bam. They're like, yo, I didn't know he hit this hard.
Sorry, left for a bit.
They triple card, and I'm like, yo, it's just an Arzuros, bro. Like,
you dissing one of my favorite boys. I mainly like his armor though.
Dude, that's another thing I like about GU. Before we go back on topic, is the color palettes, the glowing ones. I really like that, and I think they should add that for like
augmenting glow, augmenting armor.
Like if you beat a deviant on X tier, the last tier, you get like a specific glowing color pattern. And
I remember that.
Would give you like a red and blue one, and it glows red.
That's dope.
It actually looks really nice.
I didn't know that because I actually don't have GU. The Nerd does, but I'm getting a Switch soon. I'm still debating on which one to get though. So yeah.
I would say go Switch.
No, I meant like which model? Like the latest one, or should I wait till... Nice kill, by the way. Or should I wait till the portable one comes out? That's a different discussion, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, I heard you guys were talking about the guild girl from 3. I just want to say she's my favorite. She's hilarious. Yeah, I had to go for a minute, but I was listening.
She's pretty hilarious.
All right.
I like it.
So I think that about does it for everything, except for the last thing was I think we already talked about it a little bit of how mainstream it is, but it's also a good thing. So the mainstream part of Monster Hunter being mainstream stinks because like there's like it draws in the elite players, or everyone's like, I'm the #1 Monster Hunter fan. Not that it really matters to me anymore, but like it's just annoying. It's a good thing though, because like we said, more Monster Hunter games.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah. Anyway, so I guess we don't gotta stretch on that one too much. We could straight up go to the things we like if you guys are ready. But before that, is there anything you guys want to add that we haven't talked about, of things that upset you about World?
I mean, I already talked about Lunastra, so I got that out of my chest. Oh, the handler. I want to talk about one more thing about the handler, which killed it for me.
Go for it.
That Devil Joe quest, that killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's so gullible and stupid during that quest, and annoying. The fact that she wouldn't let go, I'm just like, damn, bitch, just let go.
My girlfriend...
Run for it. And she just stays on him. I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, I know.
Like, we could have got this done a long time ago. And she did this all for fruits.
I know.
And vegetables and plants.
My girlfriend was laughing.
All this hassle for this?
Our girlfriend was laughing because, like, she does, like, biology stuff in college, and, like, she actually collects mushrooms. She's like, oh my god, it's me. And then she saw how stupid the handler was being, and she was like, never mind. I'm smarter than that.
Like, the risk level is, like, off the walls during that quest. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to get some, shrooms and stuff, and Devil Joe just comes out of nowhere. Is like your first instinct, especially if you were in the triad.
I'm taking over.
You'd be like, yo, we gotta run. Right.
Okay, we got good things to say.
Yeah. Your main objective wouldn't be mushrooms anymore, it'd just be run.
Since we're done with topics, can I talk about like a thing people used to do back in Tri?
Yeah, I was just gonna add that I wanted to ask you guys, did anyone else just kind of watch the handler die? I did that. She didn't die though.
I think I did once.
And like it's just that dude yelling, "Oh no, get her, save her!" I'm like, no, I'm gonna watch.
No.
I had a video once where my guy was just sitting, just watching. It was good. All right, go on. What were you saying? And then we'll get into the good stuff we like.
Oh, okay. So back in Tri, because I spent thousands of hours on Tri. It's almost embarrassing because Tri honestly was like one of the lowest rosters they had, especially monster-wise. They didn't really have a lot to go for in Tri. But I liked it overall. But a thing people would do in that game, especially in the ending years, they would go around and fight Devil Joe naked. And I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. No, there would be people in lobbies. They would go in naked and they try to solo Devil Joe. And I'd be like, yo, did you do it? And they'd be like, nah, I died. LOL. Like, that was another thing, too, that was great about Tri, was communication. It was top tier because you could talk to people. You could go into these 100 population lobbies with 100 people in that main hallway. I forgot what it is, like the main plaza. And everyone was talking. It was one of my favorite features about Monster Hunter that they took out, because a lot of people would communicate with each other in this plaza, and it held up to 100 people. They did have it in 3 Ultimate, but it didn't really work out like it did in Tri. Like, if you played the Wii U version, they actually had a world chat, but it only held up to 100 people. But it was just like a chat log. Couldn't really go into plaza or anything. So it kind of sucked. Another thing about Tri though is a lot of people at the end of the game, they like to roleplay, and they did that in GU too. I remember walking into a lobby and I see this guy on top of a girl in their nude sets, birthday suit sets. I'm just like, yo, guys, you guys know.
The role players?
Yes.
And those people still exist in, like, the 3DS Gen game.
GU. This was, like, almost a year ago I seen this, and this was in GU. This was, before it got released to the West, because I played GU on the Japanese version of the Switch, and there were just people in there just role playing. I'm like, yo, you guys, because I was like motivated. I'm like, yo, let's go hunt some stuff. And I go into a lobby, and these guys are just sitting there in their birthday suits. I'm like, I went to the wrong lobby, didn't I? They kicked me. I was like, wow, that was cool. I remember recording it too. It was funny. I showed it to my friends on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, it still exists.
That's awesome. Well, not entirely, but
I don't know how that makes me feel.
Yeah.
Those role players existed ever since I went onto Generations. So it was my first game, and I saw there was some RP lobbies, and I was like,
nope.
They used to do that in Tri, because in Tri you had the same scenario what World has, or in other games. You know how in the Monster Hunter games, you hit a certain rank, you get a bigger house.
Yeah.
Well, people would. I know a lot about this. I know a lot about Tri and what people did. So people would go in their houses and just roleplay in them, and they would stay in there for hours. I'm dead serious. They would just talk to each other, legit, and kiss and stuff. And I'm just I remember my last heyday of Tri, I would just talk to people because no one wanted to hunt because they knew it was gonna end. And they were just waiting for it. And I remember the saddest part was, I remember when those servers closed down, everyone was at the gate. They were just waiting for the countdown. And the funny thing about that countdown, and when it closed, they were announcing 3U was coming out. It was like, whoa, so it's not ending after all. So everyone was really happy. Because I remember Monster Hunter Tri was one of those games, because I did play Freedom, but I didn't play it enough to understand it. I was a kid at the time, and I didn't really understand it much. And then when I got Tri, I started understanding it, and I really got myself into this game. And I got into it the last year it was closing down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did get a full Elatrion set though, which was good. But it was almost like it was too late to even do anything else. And so I just sat in the servers. And actually, the funny thing about Tri is, Tri was the way I opened up to the internet. Because I only played Tri, and that's the only thing I used it online for. I did not have a Facebook. I didn't have, anything else. I just played Tri, and that was it. And I remember this girl used to open up to me, and the funny thing was, she was a catfish. But, she's like, you need to get Facebook so we can talk and stuff. So I did. And that's how I got into Facebook and the full clasp of the internet. This was before Discord was big and stuff. But I remember 3U was one of those big games for me. That was I spent the second most time on 3U. Third was 4U, because 4U was incredible. That was a great quest.
No.
Oh, wasn't Facebook caught selling some people's personal information?
Yeah,
I believe it.
At one point, this was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tri was one of those games I spent a lot of time on, but it really didn't have a lot to offer. Dude, it didn't even have bullets, it didn't even have bows and stuff. We didn't even get a lot of the weapons that we had.
Yeah.
Which was kind of interesting to me, how invested I was, though. Even though it had minimalistic things, although they did have medium bowguns, which don't exist anymore, because bowguns just negate that anyways. It was an interesting experiment, medium bowguns, but when I played Tri, I didn't use bowguns. I was like, man, these are crap. I was like, I didn't use them. I remember facing a great Jaggy, and I was hitting a bowgun. I'm like, yo, this thing ain't dying. All right, this crap weapon next.
The one time I used a bowgun, besides right now, is when I was fighting the Fatalis for the first time.
The what?
Fatalis?
Yeah, Fatalis.
Fatalis?
Yeah.
God damn.
It was
tortured yourself?
Oh yeah. It was back in I think it was 2, or was it Unite? I can't remember exactly. But I wanted to do it. My brother had the game as well, and we're like, we're gonna beat this guy. We're gonna beat him now, and so we just got heavy bow guns and stood up on the ledge and then just rained hell.
We didn't mention this, but bowguns actually made a big change in the world.
Oh yeah, that's on the positive. We haven't gone to the positive stuff yet. I have a list. You guys want to start doing that, then keep talking about stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go on. I know it's really, like, probably 2 hours into this podcast now, but here's the page of things we like. The first one being the fact that it's on console. We have a controller, a big screen, graphics if you care about it. I don't care. You can use a mic for, like, market parties, no loading areas, and
console. I remember when I played
both.
World on my PS4. I was like, Xbox or PS4? What it will be? Well, it's going to probably be exclusive and favored on PS4 since, so that's where it started off.
Yeah.
It's like the Sony district.
Every time I see someone talk about Xbox One, I'm like, good luck. I'm sorry, I'd like to help you, but I can't.
But, like, I picked it up on the Sony PlayStation 4. I liked it. But there is a difference between PC, but it's small. Is the loading times, the actual loading times when you leave to a map and leave to go to the city and stuff, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell. If you have, like, a computer like I do, it's a big difference. But, like, that's why I kind of play it on there, but at the same time, I'm not gonna, like, totally distance myself from the console version because it's Monster Hunter, guys. Like, like, if you're really gonna be that picky, like, why even play it?
Yeah, what I was getting at was it's cool that it's on console because it hasn't been on console for a bit, and it kind of changes the game entirely. Yeah, especially having a controller.
I agree.
Using emulators like for the PSP and having a PS4 controller is awesome, but the fact that there's one that's just built in for an actual controller is just really nice. Because for the past years, I've been just Monster Hunter Portable in these little buttons.
Oh my god! Oh, I don't miss that.
I mean, I still play the old ones. I'm just saying, in comparison to that versus feeling an actual controller, it's a nice thing to come back to.
Stun!
Anyway, should I move on?
Yeah.
Well, I guess the next thing was the maps, like how awesome they are. No loading times, but yeah, there's a few things. If you got any positive or negative, just add to that. I didn't really write much for that. I just put it down.
Okay, so one of the negatives I have for the maps is they can sometimes be a little...
confusing, I get that.
Yeah, like, especially is it called Ancient Forest? I believe it's called Ancient Forest. Yeah. Dude, I fucking hate that map. Like, especially, like, if you don't have tracks on monsters and stuff, I swear to God, you'll go in, like, the depths of that place, and, like, you will not find your way. Eventually you will, but, like, I just don't like that map.
I agree.
Ancient Forest, one of my most disliked maps throughout that game. I just don't like it. I do like the scenery of it. I definitely respect how the artists put their work into that. That is beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful maps when it comes to the actual location and trails and stuff. I just it's enjoyable, but like sometimes it can get confusing for me. Not always, but that's just one of those big gripes I have with the map. Otherwise, it's fully positive.
I agree because
I'm trying to get some like high-rank Tobi-Kadachi armor right now, and that map, that I hate it.
Well, Tobi-Kadachi, he will stay if you go. It's hard to explain, but like you know where the logs are, the big logs you walk up when you pass that shoreline area, and then you go into the forest and you walk over those logs and stuff. And it leads up to like a forest opening that has those. I think they're called. What are those birds called? That fly around.
The flyboys.
Yeah, we'll just call them flyboys. But it's like the first areas you see the flyboys, and it's like a bunch. Windrakes. Let's just call it that because that's their general name. But he usually stays by the log area and the small forest area. Like he just stays in there. So that's a positive about Monster Hunter World, is sometimes if you play these monsters a lot, you start to familiarize yourself with their locations and their patterns, for the most part.
One thing I do like about Monster Hunter is definitely the ecosystems. That was one thing that really caught my attention.
Oh, yeah. big time.
Like the fact that you can like, let's say you're like really close to beating like I don't know, the Anjanath, and you're like, I'm low in health. There's no way in hell I can beat him. And then Rathalos pops up and like pops a cap in his ass.
Oh yeah, the Terraform.
Or also like the plant traps and stuff, the vines, those help out a lot. And the fact that you can swing like Tarzan to escape when you need to.
I think the best one though is the lava spew traps up in Elder Recess. Dude, those take so much damage. It's just like they'll just sit there. They'll be just like, yo, I think I'm dying. They'll just eat a bunch of health off them, and they're just like, yeah. I mean, the thing I don't understand, like, well, why does Lavasia take damage from it, even though he swims?
I don't know, but I'll take it.
Like, seriously, I think it's just constant pressure.
Maybe only their legs are immune to lava.
Yeah, you can kill the little guys. Anyways.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Lavasia armor and the OG.
I never liked any of the Plissioth stuff.
So ugly.
It was just a pain, but that's another story. I guess we'll keep going.
Yep.
This is probably my favorite part about World. It's the skills and mix sets. No longer having to... If you want an ability in this game, you don't have to make an armor of 10 points on it to get it, like every game before it. Now, you can just get 1 point, and you get that ability, and you can level it up.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, it makes mix sets amazing.
It's definitely very much better for beginners.
It's just really nice, especially endgame. Like, all the mix sets you can make are so cool. And the fact that in Iceborne, we're getting augmenting or layered armors, which means you could have any armor set look like any of them. So mix sets are going to be awesome and fashionable.
Oh, yeah, because like back in the day in Tri, people would just wear mix sets and they look so stupid. But they were dumb.
Yeah.
It was like, but yeah, I'm glad they're bringing layered sets.
So should I move on? Because I just wanted to say that's like really cool.
Yep.
It was just like in the past games, it's always been a pain. Like you make this armor and you want this one ability, you have to put 10 points into it, but you also want this other abilities. Like, but I don't have. There's not another armor set that has both these abilities in it, so you only get one, not all of them. And also, it helps a lot with the talismans and the decorations. You can just gem them into armors to get more skills. It's really cool.
Yeah, talismans. I really like the talismans because, like, say if you're like lacking like attack power skill. Like, because those gems are, like, getting those jewels is ridiculous. But the team helps you so much to get those. Like, they just give it away some events and stuff, which is so helpful.
Yeah.
But, like, having a talisman that just has attack jewel power is just a great talisman to have. That's why talismans are really good to have. Like, especially, like, a talisman if you're fighting against, like, you know, Valhazak and stuff. If you just want to throw in a dummy set and you want negating and stuff. So there's so much versatility with the talisman. And on top of that, you can also upgrade them and put more skill power to them.
Oh yeah. Like
skill level per se.
Like this game, I feel like the way they handled talismans and decorations and whatnot, like, in my opinion, I think they did pretty well.
Like, instead of making gems, you make talismans. How do you guys feel about that?
Instead of making gems, talismans?
No, yeah, and in all the past games, you have to create the gems or decorations. But in this one, instead, you make the talismans themselves.
Well, I didn't really mind making jewels. Sometimes some of them were a little harder than others, right? Because they needed like specific rare materials, and sometimes. But I don't really know how to place that. Like I feel like it's okay.
That's fair.
Right, I just wanted to know how people felt about how they changed it. Instead of making the decorations, you make the talisman now.
I mean, it feels a lot. A lot.
You're breaking up a little, but I think I get what you're saying. Oh no, where'd he go?
I guess we lost it.
Anyways, I guess we'll just keep talking until they can hear us again. I don't know what happened. We're
not out of stream, are we?
No, I think we're still playing. No, we're good. Oh, you guys are back. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, you keep breaking up.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, I just replugged my
Thanks. Yeah, you keep bringing up. I guess I'll just continue with stuff. Well, hopefully not dying to Nergigante, because now I have the controller.
Look at this
Okay,
dude.
the wish list. That's a good one. So the wish list is in the blacksmith. You can just register an item, and like it'll save it on a wish list for you. And when you get monster parts for it, it'll let you know if you're getting closer
Yeah.
to making
Yeah,
something.
the whole revision behind the version of Blacksmith, it's a lot helpful. Like, it's gone a long way from what it was before and stuff in previous games.
I also like how you can search like skills.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a beautiful addition.
I'm not too sure. I can't remember correctly. I don't know if they have this, but in World, can you search like in specific material from a monster, like a specific material you need for a weapon or armor, and it will search on what monster it's from? Can that do that?
I believe in the hunter notes it tells you what can be carved, but I don't know beyond that.
Oh wait, you can talk. You know what? You can talk to that one dude.
In Frontier, they have that feature where you look at a weapon and you see the materials you need. You highlight the material, and it tells you what monster it's from.
Yeah, they do. They have that in this one.
And they also say the percentage.
Yeah, they have that, but it's not the blacksmith. Oddly, it's the eco person. He's got glasses. He's near the deck. Yeah, it's really oddly placed, but yeah, they do have that feature. So that's another good feature.
I've never known that.
You should go.
Yeah, like in Frontier, it was really helpful because, like, especially if you weren't like, Taiwanese or Japanese, you didn't understand what the hell they were saying. So, like, you could just focus with a translator or someone that knew something about it and be like, this. Oh, I need this. Okay, thank you.
Wait, they have that feature now?
In Frontier. It was in Frontier.
But yeah, it's just nice having the wish list there, because like before this game, I would just like write down what I want to make, and I get like a notebook paper and just be like, oh, I want this and that.
Another thing too I like about the blacksmith, it can go for all blacksmiths, but I'm not too sure. Like, say if you get a little confused and you think say if you make something and then you were about to make it again, but on the bottom it says you already have that, like it's one out of so many. So you already created that, so you know that you already created, so you won't make a duplicate and get and be like, oh, I heard this and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So that was another feature I liked about what they added in World. They probably had it in previous games anyways.
Right.
Well, but it was a really feature. It's a very subtle feature for
That's
me
a mistake.
anyways.
Oops.
What's next on the list?
Next, oh god. Next we dodged that somehow. And then the weapon attacks and changes. How do you guys feel about them in World?
I haven't seen them yet.
I'm just saying, like, how they're like, there's new attacks in World, and they also feel a little different. Like the bowgun's a good one for you.
Oh my god, I think they did a really good job because they made some classes, in my opinion, boring weapons, made them enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
Like, for example, the sword. I remember playing sword in previous games, and it damaged, but it just felt so boring to play. It was just like, but I respect it because it also has a shield as well, and it's a sword. So it's like, it gives you something to work with, just a sword. But in World, oh my god, it's so good.
Oh yeah, like with me, like, when I first got World, of course my first weapon was a greatsword. That's the sword I used through most of the games.
Oh no.
Besides,
me too.
Besides 4 Ultimate, when I got really pissy with the Devil Joe, and I was like, fuck it, I'm using Insect Blade. But like, I tried out the insect glaive, and I was like, so you just fly now?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's another thing I like about it. It's just versatility with weapons now. It just gives you so much breathing room, and on top of that, more enjoyability.
You guys ever try hammer? You legit dink things like a hammer. Like go ding ding ding. It's you can knock them out.
Love the hammer.
In World.
You just feel every hit.
Yeah, in World you can just actually ding someone down.
Actually, the reason why I play bow guns and stuff in World is because of that reason. Is because it feels so much fun. So much better.
It feels like an actual bowgun you would use against a monster instead of a slow, like, one-shot cannon.
Like, you get to set up mines, like, traps and stuff. It's like...
And there's actual triggers.
And you can, like, rapid fire, like a...
like, trigger buttons.
Gun would. So, like, I know the bowguns have different specials. The heavy bowgun, like there's wyvern snipe, and then there's another thing that just shoots thing like a machine gun. Oh. And then light bowguns have the mines where they plant it through the ground, and if a monster steps on it, they get hit with explosion damage or just damage in general. Wyvern snipe is basically your character lays on the ground for a short period of time, and it shoots out a projectile that cuts through the enemy, the monster. For so many times. It's kind of like how Slice works, and it just hits it for so much damage.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what the other one is, but it's like a machine gun, and you just mow down the monster, but it has a duration of how long it will last. So you're not just going to be sitting there the whole time and just like, Call of Duty again. Shit, but
so you're not just going to be sitting there like...
Not the whole time. It's like, I don't know how long it is. It's like a couple seconds.
Did you guys see that
It's really... interesting.
In Iceborne, they actually added a sniping scope for the heavy bowgun.
Yeah, it's gonna make it even OP because I'm gonna tell you right now, heavy bowguns is the way to go right now. Especially if you want to do speedruns or if you want to kill something fast, heavy bowguns. Other than that, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe hammers?
I love hammers so much in this game, especially the sonic attack, that's what I call it.
Yeah, another thing too about hammers, they're gonna get even stronger. Dude. They're trying to buff those basic weapons like great swords and hammers. Like, they're going hard on it in Iceborne. Like, cause I'm not really a specific main for weapon, but my two go-tos are like great sword, long sword, and another one would be the hammer.
You're basically me.
Those are my bread and butter.
My basics, like, because, like, for World, I was like, alright, you know what, I'm going to do what I did in Generations, and that's pick my 3 favorite weapons. The Greatsword being the first weapon I ever used. Switch Axe being what I wanted from the beginning. Because I just wanted a big, heavy sword that beats things.
Yeah.
And then Insect Glaive, just for versatility, or something annoying that I just don't want to touch me.
Yeah.
But for Worlds, I kind of just stuck with the Greatsword.
I have a question. Your most played weapon in 4U.
In 4U?
Yeah.
It's probably Insect Glaive.
For me, I think it's Greatsword or Longsword.
Mine is like Longsword.
You know what mine was?
Huh.
The Charge Blade.
Oh yeah, I mean that.
I remember when that was the weapon.
Everyone used the Charge Blade in that game.
I loved it so much. I was like, no, I gotta upgrade it. I gotta get a new Charge Blade. Like, I remember for the longest time when I played that, I would stick with Charge Blade. I had the same issue in 3U where I would just use dual blades. Mm-hmm. It's just the whole time.
Speaking of, they're using dual blades right now.
Yeah, that's fine. This is the only way I know how to fight this thing.
Huh?
This is the only way I know how to fight this thing.
Oh, you only can fight him with dual blades?
I don't trust myself with anything else.
That's valid. Fucking Rob's running. What's next on the list?
Next is how monsters kind of just rain parts. I kind of like that feature. And the fact that you can just cut off a tail, then leave the quest, so you don't actually kill something just for that one part.
Yeah, that's a good feature. I mean, some people can look at it as kind of like, it's kind of
lazy,
It's a little too easy. That's a little too easy.
I know, but when it's a monster you suck at, it's fair.
Because, like, for example, when did this start taking effect in games? Because I think I remember playing, and I used to do that for like certain Alpha Tales, especially like plates and gems, and I just like wait to get the gem, and then I forgot what I did. I think I did the subquest or something like that.
Huh. I was saying, it's just really cool. Like, if it's a monster you suck at fighting, and you just want that one piece, and you don't want to fight it again, it's a pain in the ass when it's a G rank monster in the old games. So it's kind of nice for that.
Lunastra was one of those hard monsters for me, but eventually I just got over her mechanics and just started eating shit.
Yeah, like once I figured out like Lunastra like had her area effect thing wasn't everywhere like Behemoth, I was like, oh, she's so much easier now.
Yeah, like if you use those stacks on like elements, like fire elements, so you gain resistance to them, it makes it a little bit easier. But like, there's obviously a big skill would be Wind Res, because she can just like hit you down with Wind Res and just like smack you around. It's just ridiculous. It's like, yo, like, that's why I hate that. Like, she'll do so much. Like, she'll Wind Res you, she'll stun you, she'll like flinch you, she'll do everything in the book. She'll do like a short stop claw move and just flinch you and then combo you. It's like,
oh yeah.
Like, what the hell? But another thing too is get a fire mantle, especially with that fight.
Oh yeah.
Get a fire mantle. Do not go fight Lunastra without a fire mantle. Another one is the some people like Rocksteady, but I don't really like that one because she can do so much damage over time. And the thing with Rocksteady, you won't fall down. You still take damage.
Oh yeah. With me and like rock, like the rock mantle, like it's weird because it feels like it's more of a situational cloak. Like for the Devil Joe, it works perfectly for me because it's just like he's always roaring, he's always stomping his big ass feet.
Stomping his pickle feet.
Yeah, pretty much. Just an angry pickle, just stomping and being sour, and like. It just really helps with the fight, especially when you first start, because when you first start, like he gets angry real fast, like real fast.
Definitely.
But like when I'm fighting like Teostra or Lunastra, no, it's the Fire Mantle.
All day Fire Mantle.
Yeah, that or like Nergigante.
Right now.
Yeah, like right now. I would rather pick the Gilly than the Rocksteady because. Well, that's the thing. With me and Nergigante, since I'm a great sorter, like I can't afford to get hit as much because I can't dodge as far. So I'd rather get hit and then knocked down and or be invisible than get my ass just obliterated by the spiky.
Yeah, what's that mantle that like you don't take any hits? Like you'll miss it like every single time. It's
the
like a yellow
mantle. I think.
I use. The what?
I think it's the immunity mantle.
I think so, but it's like a yellow one. And basically, if a monster swipes at you, you'll just roll automatically and not take any damage.
Yeah,
dope.
I just got that. And
wait, there's a mantle like that?
Yeah, it's badass.
Dude, it's actually really helpful. A lot of people that fight Lunastra and stuff, they grab that mantle.
Like, I might do that. Like I stopped playing
World. When I fought the Arch-Temper version, I believe I used there's a specific mantle called the Knockout Mantle or something like that. I used that, and I think I used Fire Mantle. I was playing like a defensive mantle set, but I was using heavy It's like I would, like I had the Glut, and like I was hitting crits and everything. It was crazy. Just the thing is though, Arch-Temper Lunastra, she has less health than Arch-Temper Teostra.
Right.
But Teostra is more, I wouldn't say tame, but he's less batshit insane than Lunastra. Lunastra actually, what I've heard from people and what they've told me, her Arch-Temper still does the same damage as her just regular version.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, what? And I remember fighting her Arch-Temper version, and yeah, I guess I could understand this now.
Yeah.
But the thing that kills me though during this fight is she has more health than her regular counterpart. Like, that's the thing, is the endurance of fighting Lunastra. Like, if you can fight her for like long periods of time, I'm not talking like 30 minutes. Like, I'm talking about like 15, 20 minutes. If you can fight her for that long, you're pretty much all set. But if you can't, it's gonna be so tough to fight her, because it's just like one of those endurance tests. I think she has like 7,000 or something. Because the thing is, the PC version of Monster Hunter has mods, and on top of that, some of the mods, just like, I wouldn't say game break, but they make access to certain things so much easier. Like, for example, there's a mod that allows you to get weapons from Kulve Taroth.
Oh.
Without farming Kulve Taroth. But there is a catch. You need to get like you need to get the Emperor Stones from her. So instead of it being like super easy and just grabbing the weapons from, just from the mod, you actually have to get some type of thing in order to get the weapon. So it's not totally like, like ridiculously easy to get it. It comes at it from. And some people did complain about it. It's like, I don't get any Emperor Nuggets. Like,
Nuggets?
Yeah, they're called like Emperor Nuggets or something. I think that's what it was. But like, it was like so easy, because some of the weapons from her, especially the Glutton, that drops so rare. And like, because it's like I think it's like an R7, rare E7 weapon.
Damn.
But it has, the reason why it's so good is because I think it's a spread shot. It has so much capacity on its spread shot that regular heavy bow guns do. Like, I think it has like 7 to 8 shells per like round.
Ooh.
And it spits out fast. It's like it's crazy. That's why it's like one of the best bow guns to use. There's other ones like I think like the Devil Joe one, which is really good if you put like certain stuff, and it makes it really good. Some players revolve around Draken sets, but if you really want real good sets, you want to go for like Arch-Tempered Xeno'jiiva stuff, because they have a lot of like free element of skills for like heavy bow.
I actually haven't fought any of the Arch-Tempered ones. Like, I fought a good number of like the just normal tempered monsters, but I haven't fought any Arch-Tempered. Like, is there a difference between?
Okay, so the Arch-Temps, I think their attack power and health.
Okay.
We probably should have started with saying that both me and the nerd kind of actually stopped playing World after we beat the final quest. But we're just now getting back into it because Iceborne hype.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I remember stopping Monster Hunter World, I believe when Behemoth came out. I was like, man.
That's when I stopped.
Like, fuck this.
Yeah, I stopped playing it for a while, and then I got back into it. I was like, I'll try to make the best out of it. And I really did.
Increase your
and I started doing, like, Arch-Tempered stuff. I remember, like, my biggest accomplishment I wanted to do was at least solo some of the Arch-Tempered myself. And my first legit Arch-Tempered was Arch-Tempered Corinne.
Nice.
And it's actually one of the most easiest fights, but it's one of the most hardest ones aside of Lunastra, because Corinne hits so fucking hard for damage. It's like ridiculous. And on top of that, it's like lightning speed reflexes. It's just like light, like out of nowheres when you turn and stuff. But the set I was running prevented Corinne from doing all these types of moves, and it also prevented the Corinne from getting back up, because I was constantly knocking it out and doing crazy damage. Like, I'd say in 10 seconds, if I knock out a Corinne, I take out at least 10% health.
Damn.
Yeah, with this set. It was crazy. And I remember killing the Arch-Tempered Corinne within, like, less than 15 minutes. Yeah, that was, like, but the hardest one was the Arch-Tempered Lunastra. I attempted Arch-Tempered Nergigante, but a lot of people say that Arch-Tempered Nergigante is bullshit. Because it has way too much health. Way too much
Y'all
health.
ready for the Ruiner Nergigante?
Yeah, the Arch-Tempered Nergigante, I think it has like the biggest health out of all the Arch-Tempereds, aside of Karoth and, you know...
No, saying, are you ready for the variant? It's called the Ruiner Nergigante. I'm scared.
Oh, am I ready? Like I said, I haven't seen many videos about it, so all I know is that there's a Nergigante, but if I were to be honest, yeah, I'm ready.
I'm scared. Nergigante was like the hardest monster in this game for me. I'm gonna...
Who named that?
I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say the last two things, because the video's getting kind of long, and I think we're both getting tired.
Alright.
So I don't use this feature, but it's kind of cool. It's the fact that you can like make a guild and load into it, so you're ready to play with your friends. And the last thing was that more players equals more games to come.
Yeah.
Or more players, more Monster Hunter games, because this is Capcom's highest selling game. And the fact that it's Monster Hunter and like they conveniently shut down both the online servers makes me think they're gonna make the next one like World, but online. Hopefully bring back the good features.
I would like to see that, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I got. If you guys got any other positives, but for me it's just that. And if you take away the negatives, this game is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When it comes to persistence, game, I really love it. Especially, you know, Iceborne coming out. I remember watching that trailer. Do you guys remember watching that press conference and they didn't even tell anyone about Iceborne and it showed up in that video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, yeah! I was like so happy. I was like, yo. I mean, people were expecting to get an ice map, but I don't think people were thinking it in this fashion.
Right.
On what they're doing it on the scale. Because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, I remember back then, they doubted a lot of returning monsters coming back. They were like, nah, we're definitely not getting Nargacuga. We're definitely not getting Zinogre, you know, stuff. I know we're not getting Zinogre.
I bet we are still.
Like, some people still have that.
That's me. He's my favorite boy.
The thing is, some people just hate that fact that they'll have that hope for Zinogre.
No,
it's so funny. It's like, what? It's
you know, it makes me mad.
Zinogre's a really... It makes some people mad. They're like, you're definitely not gonna get some...
I was gonna say what makes me mad is that some of the new players, like, they're like, I hear all these old players talking about all these cool monsters, like the Zinogre come in the world, but like, I don't want the Zinogre in, because he'll stomp all over Toby Kadachi's fame, you know, because he's the OG Lightning Boy. I'm like, you're gonna die for saying that. Anyway, yeah, there's some new players and YouTubers that make me mad because they say shit like that, but I think that's about everything I got for today. If you guys want to like end it here, it's been fun talking to you guys. We could have more podcasts. You guys want to try doing them once a month?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, we have our schedules. We don't got to do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually on. I just got it a couple hours ago. Either way, I usually work, but...
Also, podcasts can also just be us playing together while talking.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yet again. I'm live.
I will say that I definitely enjoy World a lot. Like, my takeaway from this. I just hope Iceborne fixes some of the bad things we talked about.
Why'd I roll towards that?
That's a good question. Like, I'm really hoping they fix the stun. The stun's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, same here. And the weapons.
I mean, you know they're not gonna fix the weapons.
I think they're gonna work on it next, or maybe they're not even talking about it. It's just gonna happen. Like someone's gonna be like, "Yo, guys, I just got the end game, and yeah, here's the Blavonus Greatsword, fully upgraded," and you're like, "Oh!" But until then, I'll have my doubts, but I'll have hope.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add before we go and add some final notes?
I'm gonna have school like after this weekend, so my time is gonna be restricted more.
That's fair. If it makes you feel better, I think the days I usually have off are between Thursday evenings through Saturday nights. Not always. Sometimes I gotta go into work. That's just life. But just letting you guys know for future stuff. And on another note, me and the nerd here, as I keep dying, we might be starting a guild dedicated to just helping people learn the game, get better at it, find their weapon, or just hang out and make gear. If you guys are interested. Alright.
I mean, is it for...
No, that's the thing I was going to get at. Our idea is we probably do it 2 days a week, probably being a Thursday and Friday nights. And each day we change the games, kind of. Like, on Thursdays, we'll probably do 4 Ultimate and Gen, the State of 3DS titles. And then Fridays, we'll do GU and World.
I remember selling Gen. I do have G.
I mean, you don't have to play. I'm just saying this is an idea. Like, we'll just talk to randoms or find people that are looking for help. And be like, hey, that's...
We'll find if we're playing for you, we'll find a bunch of people.
Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people that still play for you, and it's...
Oh, yeah, it's a great game, no doubt.
Yeah, we'll probably just do it for like an hour each game, but like it's just mainly to help people, because you can't always find people or nice people, but like, that's kind of what I want this channel to be about, just helping people get into Monster Hunter and helping them when they need help, you know? A community-based Monster Hunter channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's what hunters do.
Because that's what hunters do.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
hunters do. Anyways, I just wanted to make that little announcement. If anyone's been watching to this point, which I thank you if you have. I hope you enjoy listening to Monster Hunter Podcast.
We might upload this.
I mean, it's already up. It's live.
Oh, well, it's uploaded.
It's uploaded.
Yeah, we were going to edit the video to show examples of all the stuff we talked about, but like, let's just talk and show gameplay.
Yeah, because I mean, if the game's been out long enough that people will just realize what...
Also, I know I suck. I'm talking while looking at a list and multitasking.
That's fine.
And I'm tired. But yeah, if you guys got anything else to say, I think that's about it for now.
I'd probably say one thing. I'm glad Glavin is coming back, because like he was a dinosaur, but whatever. But I'm glad he's coming back, and Barrow.
Yeah, I agree. I love the Burial. Second phase.
I'm glad the Nargacuga is coming back.
Oh yeah, you love that thing.
Definitely.
Like, that's my second favorite monster, second to the Zenogre.
Dude, that's funny. We both like the Zenogre #1, and we have like our second favorites coming in. That's funny. We're gonna flip if Zenogre makes it in, and that's the end of the quest. Alright, anything else, guys, or are you good?
I think I'm good. I think we'll wrap it.
Let me just turn it on.
Yeah.
Alright, it's been nice having you guys, Monster Hunt and JD Punk. You have a YouTube, right?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and shout it out, because I kind of forget.
It's no worries.
Is it... It's the thing. I'll just link it later.
Yeah, it's just my channel. It should have a link. It's just my name, JD Punk 7.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us. It's been fun. We should totally hunt some more, like actually, and we can do these talks even if they're not podcasts. Alright, we're gonna go now.
Good. Alright.
Later, guys.
Take it easy, man. Peace.
1 second, we're still up, and...